I grew up in a Catholic family, so every Sunday we'd go to Mass only because Mum made us. Me and my brothers would just muck around most of the time.
I grew up in a family that wasn't really religious. Religion was never really talked about in my family. It wasn't something that was important to us.
In terms of, growing up in a Catholic family didn't really have anything to do with how I lived my life.
So I never really knew what I believed in, and I just thought that if God exists, then why doesn't he just show himself to me?
I got into footy when I was at a really young age. In Victoria, it was footy in the winter, cricket in the summer, and school in between.
Growing up in Kingscliff, I was always by the beach. I had a really good life. I was doing everything that made me happy, and I thought that I didn't need God.
I was school captain grade 12 and always felt comfortable around other people, always found it easy to fit in. I moved to Brisbane, away from my family, to study engineering. Society really started to kick in and started really getting into the footy culture.
In year 10, we had a youth minister who came into our religion class quite often. I remember seeing her and her being so convicted by the relationship that she had with Jesus, and me feeling like, what if what she's saying is true?
I remember constantly saying, yeah, I'm content. Like this is good, I'm content, just content.
One day, this girl in the grade above me approached me and offered me a free ticket to a Catholic youth festival, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But there was so many young people there who were so on fire for their faith, which really hit me. I felt connected almost to these people who I'd never met. They were talking about Jesus, and they were talking about having this relationship with Jesus. And I remember thinking, is this something that I could have in my life?
And it got towards the end of last year and I was really struggling. I wasn't showing anyone that I was struggling. I wasn't showing myself that I was struggling, but I knew deep down that I was struggling. Before then, I had the ideal life of a young adult. I had lots of friends. I was playing footy. I was getting good grades.
But it wasn't until the last night when this sister spoke, and she spoke the words so simply, God loves you. I was kneeling in this crowd of 20,000 people, and I felt the overwhelming love of Jesus literally flood my heart. I had never experienced such a joy in my life, and I knew in that moment, I knew Jesus was real, and I knew that he loves me.
I said to myself, there's got to be more to life than the partying and the footy and the uni and the constant run through the motions. So I went searching. I wasn't sure what I was searching for, but I went searching.
I remember struggling in my faith a bit because I had no one around me to support me. I just questioned myself and where I was going, not sure if I was making the right choices. And I just asked myself, Elise, when were the times you were most happiest? When were the times you felt most alive? And all I could think of and all I could remember was the moment that I met Jesus.
And I talked to an old friend, met up with an old friend who used to do net, and I told him about everything that has happened, and he said, bro, why don't you just join net?
I'd heard about net and I kept pushing it to the side, kept thinking that no, I don't want to do that, that is too much to sacrifice, too much to give up.
And it got to a few days into training and I was ready to go home. I just didn't fit in, and not fitting in was rare, right? Because I never found it hard. I remember this man praying over me. Hadn't met him before, but when he was praying over me, it's like he knew everything that I was going through, everything about me, every little detail. And I went back and I knelt down and I just opened my heart and opened my mind, and Jesus revealed himself to me. And he said, Peter, you've been talking and complaining and arguing for so long, but you haven't given me a chance to speak. And I was taken aback. I remember just feeling free, and it was just me and Jesus kneeling down together, just chilling in the room. And from that point on, my perspective on the world and how to live life and that meaning of life had just taken a full 180 turn. I said, all right, this is where things change.
Net Ministries strives to create a culture of encounter a culture where young people go out to young people and meet in this place we call relationship. And in this place that we call relationship is God.
I think looking back, I can see that God was really pursuing me through other people.
I didn't see Net as what it is. You know, Jesus using me as his hands and using me every day to go out to these students and show them that there's more to life.
My year on Net has been God showing me that my life can be a reflection of him.
One of the things a Net team does effectively is sow seeds of hope, seeds of faith, seeds of love in the lives of young people.
Working in a team of 4 other people who are on fire for the same goal that you are, it just gives you so much zeal, and every day you wake up knowing what your mission is.
Our Catholic faith has such a rich tradition of Mass, of sacraments, of beauty, and there's so many young people missing out on that today.
There's so many young adults, so many students out there who are searching for, so many of them, where the bridge to Jesus.
I think young people today are asking the questions and we're searching, but maybe we're not open to God being the answer.
Now, more than ever, in this time in the world, young people need other young people to step out of their comfort zone, to go on mission, to connect with them, to engage with them, and to share the good news of Jesus Christ with them.